So, my own worst enemy stars Christian Slater and a whole heap of other people, and the plot of this TV series, or should I say, cancelled TV series, because you know NBC likes to cancel all the good shit, is about a man named Henry Spivey, who is an average, ordinary guy who works for this organization. But on top of that, he has a secret identity, or a more or less a split personality named Edward Albright, who is a special ops agent who works for the organization upstairs from the building that he works in, and he goes on special assignments and stuff like that. Unbeknownst to Edward, he becomes broken after the first episode, where he has willingly switched between the two persons. And of course, Henry is a married man with his wife and two kids and a dog and a minivan and all that good stuff, while Edward is the badass agent with the hot therapist girlfriend, if you will. And the second plot of this movie revolves around Edward becoming the agent that he currently is, to find the man responsible for his parents' murder back in the 80s. I believe it was 1986. This show was fucking awesome. NBC had a great show on their hands, and they canceled it after only, get this, 9 episodes. 9 episodes. This show only lasted 9 fucking episodes. And of course, on the 9th episode, guess what? It was a fucking cliffhanger. Brilliant, NBC. Fucking brilliant. But like I said, you got an all-star cast between Christian Slater, Mike O'Malley, James Cromwell. Speaking of James Cromwell is the higher-up boss in that company. He's the boss over this black lady, and if he finds out Edward and Henry are broken, he will have Edward terminated, pretty much. All-star cast. Acting is great, okay? Mike O'Malley came a long way. I remember watching Mike O'Malley back in the 90s off the Nickelodeon show Guts. Yeah, I did not expect this man to become an actor afterwards, but it has worked. Yes Dear and this show, he's a decent actor. I'll give him that. He went from a TV show host to a fucking actor. The fuck? That's pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool. And I liked how subtle this show was, because you actually get to see between both of these characters and what Henry has to go through on a day-to-day basis, trying to balance his life as a father and husband, but also have to work for 2 different companies in the same building, as well as deal with Edward's tactics, while Edward has to deal with a married life and a wife and kids and all that bull, and working for also 2 different organizations. They even have to go down to Henry's organization at one point. So basically they both have to deal with each other. But I like the fact that they leave each other video messages to let them know what's going to be happening, or something they gotta do, either at a mission or at home or for the kids. I like that. Because now I think about it, it's 2015. If NBC would have held their balls, the show would have been going on for its 8th year already. This would have been its 8th season this year. But instead we get a 9-episode season 1. Thank you, NBC. You always cancel the good shit. Always cancel the good shit. I have no idea why, but you suck because of that. Because this was a fucking good show. A fucking good spy drama. I love this show. It has so much going for it. My God, you could have had Henry become Edward pretty much by season 2. You could have Henry do all this training to become the spy that Edward is, so that way when they switch back during a mission, Henry won't fucking freak out. He'll just be like, oh, we're switching from Edward to Henry, but they're both badasses. Kind of like what they did with Chuck, you know, which was also on NBC. NBC also canceled that. We gotta talk, NBC. We gotta fucking talk. But, yeah. If you currently don't realize, I'm reviewing a lot of old TV shows because I have the wallpapers to all the old TV shows, the stuff that I was going to review but I hadn't got to yet. So I'm using this time not only review movies for you guys, but I'm also going to be reviewing old TV shows that I never got to touch on yet. Because to be honest with you, I was supposed to review this show 2.5 years ago. Never did it. I don't know why, I just never did it. But yes, My Own Worst Enemy is a great series that got canceled far too fucking soon for its own good. And again, it just shows how fucking underrated Christian Slater really is to balance two different persons like this, but in the same body. I will give My Own Worst Enemy a B+. Fuck you, NBC. Fuck you. Let me know what you guys think about My Own Worst Enemy down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys in the next one.